Hello everyone, this is Crota coming at you, giving you game 1 in a series between Infi and Czech. Czech spawning as the red Night Elf player over here on the top left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Infi has spawned as the teal human player over here on the bottom right. First of all, I am going to say I am experiencing a bit of a cold right now, so my apologies if I am coughing a little bit more than normal. Hopefully that will not be the case for far too long. Hopefully this game is not actually too long, otherwise I'm going to have to cut it short or maybe only cast one game. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down here. It is going to be a Warden up against a Mountain King in this 1v1 matchup, as we're now coming across that 2-minute mark. Scout farm has been placed down, and that archer doing a good job of trying to pelt down that peasant. However, peasants are really strong against piercing damage, hence the archer was not able to finish it off, needed the help of that warden there, as the Mountain King now heading off to the north here. And this is a little bit of an interesting strategy. Let's take a look at this. The warden maybe trying to make a little bit of a play here, and the Mountain King, this is actually really interesting. Infi trying to check if there is going to be any type of actions from Czech. Czech corresponds and knows exactly what Infi is up to, and is now going to come inside here and perhaps cause a whole bunch of problems. Alright, let's take a look at this Stormbolt onto the Warden. Warden taking a little bit of damage here already. Shadow Strike onto one peasant as damage is being added across. Let's take a look at this a little bit more. One peasant looks like it will get taken down. No, taken down by the Mountain King. A little bit of denial there as the Warden is going to try to get some more kills, and now we see a bit of a surround. This may actually be a big problem there. Is it going to finish off anything right here? Warden unable to escape, being forced to use a Scroll of Town portal. And Czech, who was trying to stop Infi, ends up taking a little bit more damage than you would normally expect. And now Infi will be able to set up an all-important arcane tower, followed by a very fast expansion. Back over here to the north side of the map, Czech did use some of those moon wells. You can see an Ancient of War, second one currently being placed down. And now Czech has a lot of ground to cover in order to get back into this game. He is going to be forced to use this Ancient of War, try and clear out this location here. Meanwhile, he knows that he's going to end up falling behind economically to Infi, as Infi is already setting up an expansion here. Now, with double Ancients of War, Czech could be going for perhaps Huntresses, which we do see right now. And what that Huntress opening means is that he's going to be going for a very strong 1.5 tier and 1.5 tier verse of units. Attack. You can see that the Huntresses are now making their way down over here. Meanwhile, Mountain King off to the north, already sitting at level 2, slowly making its way to level 3, and should be able to at least make some ground here in just a moment. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look back over here in just a second. Mountain King now wandering back around. You can take a look. Warden now heading off to the north. Huntresses now making their way off to the north over here by the Sasquatch, as we see one footman wandering a little bit too far. He is going to get Shadow Striked and most likely finished off by these Huntresses here. And this is a very strong play by Czech. With the lack of water elementals coming in from Infi, because he went for Mountain King, it is going to be very difficult. Oh wait, are we going to see a run or a detonation? There's a detonation. Mountain King now getting lower on mana. There's another detonation. So what are we going to be looking at here? This is going to be a problem as another Shadow Strike goes down. Warden does have level 2 right now, as a bash comes in onto one of Czech's units. That's going to be a little bit of a problem there. Czech should be able to fend off this attack here. Are we going to perhaps get another detonation? There you go. Using Wisp as detonations to prevent any more Stormbolts, and that perhaps is the problem. But that Mountain King of Infi, though, really getting a lot of mileage out of Bash, as the Huntresses are still trying to engage here. Warden now looking to back off. We see Huntresses versus Militia and Footmen. Mountain King not going to be able to do should be able to do another Stormbolt here in just a moment, and it may hit down one of the Huntresses or some other unit there. Are we going to see? No, Infi does save off one of those units again. It looks as another unit may be able to peel off here in just a moment, as we are continuing to fight back and forth here. This is Nightfall, so we do see a little bit more passive regeneration for Czech on his units. Alright, we are going to continue this attack over here. Meanwhile, one guard tower is going to be coming up, and with that one guard tower, the hopes that Czech is going to try and stop this expansion pretty much go down to 0, as the Huntresses are going to end up taking significant damage from the piercing of that guard tower. However, what we could see is perhaps, let's take a look at this back over here. Ancient Protector now off to the north here, and what we could see is that this Ancient Protector can move its way down over here. It's going to get attacked here. Why did he actually walk away that far? He's actually doing a little bit of a split attack. Ancient Protector now with fortified armor. And this is going to be a problem here. All right, Ancient Protector could pick itself up. No, it is going to try and engage. There is that rock bouldering attack there. It does deal significant damage as we are now getting into an Arcane Vault. And we are also going into an Ancient of Wonders. All right, Ancient Protector is going to move itself into this location most likely. No, it's going to eat a tree first. Move itself into position. All right, here we go into the attack now. The Huntresses are all there, ready to get in some extra damage, and that Ancient Protector is going to be able to start attacking this, perhaps Arcane Vault here. Is it going to go after it? No, the Arcane Vault is a very big priority, but it is not going to get stopped. So far, Arcane Vault is now taking boulder after boulder after boulder worth of damage. It is important to know that it is piercing damage, not the siege damage that it once was back in the Reign of Chaos days. Actually, Alpha, or the beta of Reign of Chaos. At one point, Ancient Protectors did siege damage just because thematically it made much more sense to see a giant boulder being hurled towards your target. Alright, Glaive Thrower is also being added as well. However, this Glaive Thrower really needs to join in on the fight. This Glaive Thrower off over here. Let's see what's going to be happening next as the attacks are coming through. 7 minutes, 40 seconds into this game right now. The Ancient Protectors are going to be positioning themselves. Infi does have a good amount of gold, but he has no real way to spend it. Without clearing out the mercenary camps, it doesn't matter how much gold you have in the bank. It depends on how many units you have out on the field. And with the number of peasants that we see currently out on the field because of Infi's expansion, I'm assuming that Czech actually has the larger army. All right, 50 over 50 supply. Yeah, that is probably going to be the case there. Ancient Protector should be moving itself over here in just a moment as well. It should really be engaging. Not quite sure why it isn't doing exactly that. Also, the Glaive Thrower could be attacking a ground here. All right, here comes the Footman, and here comes the engagement. That is going to quickly reroute itself there, getting in one boulder attack before it holds position again. All right, 2 Glaive Throwers, 3 Glaive Throwers also attacking the background back over here. Only the Ancient Protector is currently attacking the Town Hall. I guess this Ancient Protector is just purposely staying in position to try and give a little bit of cover there. As you can see, that Ancient Protector dealing so much damage as we are now going to be taking down perhaps a Glaive Thrower. Glaive Thrower almost taken down there, and now needs to get in some additional splash damage onto some of these units. All right, Goblin Zeppelin is nearby. In comes the Ancient Protector. Damage is going to be coming in right now, and the problem is he attacking the ground? He could actually take down many of those peasants. Peasants are taking a little bit of damage right here. You can take a look at it. There he goes, down to 41. They're trying to reposition themselves, and it looks as though one guard tower may get taken down there. One more volley should be able to do it, and there goes one tower. All right, Warden still holding off here, gonna be trying to take down this second tower here. There's still 1,500 gold. That is an astronomically large amount of gold here as we are now teleporting back to the Town Hall here. No upgrade to tier 2, and all of the peasants were pretty much brought back home. All right, big play there as Infi going to lose this expansion, but he does have 1,700 extra gold as compared to his opponent, who is only currently sitting at 700, 800 extra gold. All right, Mountain King gonna head off to the north here. Renegade Wizard may get storm bolted here in just a moment. There is a Purge Militia all coming in here. There's a storm bolt onto that Renegade Wizard, as the Renegade Wizard is the biggest priority target, does the most amount of damage. 3-shot aura now being given to the Mountain King. That will most likely be sold. Back across over here, Ancient Protectors may be making their way back down. Warden needs to get to level 3 if possible. Level 2 Shadow Strike is so very powerful as the Glaive Throwers are out here as well. Level 1 weapons upgrade as Lightning Shield being cast down onto that Huntress there. So far, very strong game by Czech. Czech, knowing what his opponent was up to from the very beginning, had the counter strategy. When that counter strategy initially failed, forcing the Scroll of Town Portal back onto, or back from that Warden, I thought Czech would not be able to recover, but quickly, or little did I know that the Warden already had a plan to go to tier, to go into Huntresses and then go to tier, go into these Glaive Throwers, since the Glaive Throwers are also a 1.5 tier unit. One of the few siege units that are actually 1.5 tier. As you saw, the Tree of Ages just got finished being upgraded, and those Glaive Throwers have been out for quite some time. Now, we are going to be transitioning back into the long game here. The problem is that Warden really needs to heal back up significantly. Does have a Sobi Mask. Gonna heal up a lot more there. Gonna pick up a Wand of Illusion, Tome of Strength. Very, very useful items right there. As you can see, they're gonna go back up to 675 hit points, as we may see this last Renegade Wizard getting cleared out here in just a moment. Nightfall has come into play again. Check needing to move away with this Huntress. Goblin Shredder right there as well, as we see Claws of Attack +6. Alright, Claws of Attack +6, Tome of Agility, Lightning Shield, not affecting that Huntress. Meanwhile, Shadow Melded, Lightning Shield right there. What is going to be happening next? The Warden currently sitting at level 3, almost level 4. Is he going to be picking up some... Oh, he's going to be picking up some Glaive Throwers, and he may be trying to do some sort of crazy ninja drop. If he does do a crazy ninja drop here, he should be able to clear out some of these guard towers relatively quickly, as the Mountain King has transitioned into Rifleman. Alright, Rifleman upgrade. However, the long-range rifles have not been researched as of yet. There's that one Goblin Zeppelin, and if it is spotted, it is not going to be spotted. That is going to be a very, very huge deal, as the Rifleman may be able to finish off or do a significant bit of damage. Alright, let's take a look. Oh, there's that Warden going to be trying to come in for some shots right there. There's that Shadow Meld, as we are now going to be trying to take down some of these units. Alright, Warden, is it going to Shadow Meld again? That is going to be a big question. The Militia are fighting back here. Scroll of Town Portal, checking a little bit of trouble, trying to run around, and it will all be able to teleport back home. Meanwhile, back home, you see the fight already coming into play. Mountain King knowing exactly the right time. Beautiful Fan of Knives right there, as one Glaive Thrower already taken down. We also saw a beautiful Stormbolt there, and Infi is now returning the favor in spades, completely destroying his opponent. You see 37 over 60 supply. Where did all the Huntresses go? And that is the problem there. We can see Goblin Shredder now trying to fight back. Low hit point equipment being beautifully micro dropped in and out of these fights. Warden very low on mana, now up to level 4. May be able to get a Fan of Knives off over here and kill, yes, a handful of footmen right there. Beautifully done right now. The Huntresses are now trying to join back in on the fight. Alright, Glaive Throwers are now being dropped back in. Are they going to get picked back up? Yes, they are going to be picked back up again, as the Huntress is now going up against Mass Rifleman. This Mass Rifleman strategy was not, just pretty much came out of left field all of a sudden. Infi really transitioning into that Rifleman strategy there, not using the Potion of Lesser Invulnerability to dodge. Alright, what's going to happen here? Alright, there's that Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. There's the engagement right now. Goblin Shredder perhaps needs to be healed up. There's a detonation. There goes a Huntress. And Infi, who looked like he was on life support, has once again done a complete turnaround, as we also see somehow Infi during this time was able to set up 2 expansions. Rifleman going to be finishing off these units here. It looks like the range is still only sitting at 200 or 400 there, and not very far at all. But when you do have mass numbers like that, it is extremely helpful. Potion of Mana right there. Goblin Zeppelin not dropping down any units, and oh, there you see some of those Goblin Zeppelins doing some crazy those Glaive Throwers doing that crazy attack from very far away. And will the Warden be able to get off another Fan of Knives? That is a question there. Glaive Thrower looks like it will get taken down, and yes, there it goes. Alright, Fan of Knives going to be coming across, picking up some units. A handful of units have been taken down. Alright, Rifleman. Alright, Stormbolt now coming across. Warden needs another beautiful Fan of Knives. No, it gets picked up. Make it drops back down here in just a second. Mountain King sitting at level 5. Warden sitting at level 4, as the guard towers are now just absolutely flooding the inside of Czech's base. Beautifully played by Infi. Infi having 2 expansions with guard towers up, and really just playing this game economically well. Alright, to take a look at this. The Warden needs to get a little bit more hit points and mana, does exactly that. Drains it all home. Dryads are here as well. Mountain King picks up another Scroll of Healing, and with the eventual fall of this base, I believe Infi is going to take this game. Not much that can be done. That Mountain King looking so strong. Another Scroll of Healing used to counteract anything else, and that Mountain King sitting at level 5, very close to level 6. Especially with the amount of focus fire that we're looking at here. Rifleman dealing so much damage, and there is the GG. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I think this will be the only game I'm going to be casting, game 1 in this series. Please stay tuned. I will probably try and cast the rest of the series later. And, well, thank you guys for watching. Let me know how the sound levels are. I did do some electronic adjustment on my end, hoping that my voice does not distort. Thanks for watching again. Don't forget to like.